So I'm here with a very important official. She's part of the board of register, and she was talking to me informally about some of the processes, and I thought it was very good material to learn. So please, if you can tell us your name and the role of the what do you do in the board of register?
Sure, sure. I'm Ann Fortier, and I'm one of the members, one of the four members of the Board of Registers in the town of Concord. Two of us are appointed by the Democratic Party, and two of us are appointed by the Republican Party. So each we are certain to represent at least 2 points of view on this board. We're responsible for the vote in some ways, but in other ways we count on those who are professionals in the town government to really carry out what needs to be done. But Board of Registers makes sure that we we meet regularly. We make sure that we are deal with the if the precincts need to be changed, because as recently happened, we had a census, which meant the precincts needed to be changed. So with that, we had to look at different models that came to us to decide whether they were made sense in our town, as far as people making it easy for people to get to the polls. Perhaps I would say that it's the most important thing we do is to make it easy for people to vote and make it sensible. We believe in voting so strongly. One of the other most physical things we do is that we are at the end of the evening after a vote, we each are assigned to go to a precinct where we pick up the piece of paper that comes out of the voting machine that says how many votes for who. Little piece of paper looks like it you get from a grocery store, and each of us brings it to the townhouse where we read it into the record, and that is the final tally for the voting. Then we turn in these pieces of paper too. So this is how the voting is done,
Sure.
how it's recorded. Um, if questions come up about certain rules, we do spend some time talking about them. Again, we count on our town clerk, who really does know what the rules are and what needs to be done. It is so impressive as I see the machinery of voting in our townhouse, how carefully signatures are matched, uh, votes are vote ballots are carefully cared for. They are locked in a vault, locked in a case that's locked in a vault every time they're not being attended by somebody. Everything is done by rules and very, very carefully. So I'm most impressed with the safety and the responsibility that our our clerks and people who work in our town committee, town office do. So that's about what I can tell you, I think.
There's something that you mentioned earlier on about people caring about voting. I've forgotten how you put it, but if you can just say a little about
Indeed, I think that we see here at this polling place and all the others how much people care about voting. You see people bringing their children, talking with their children about, now I'm going to do my voting. You can come and stand with me. It's one of those things that people have cared about, I guess, for a long time. You see people that are very old coming in on buses from wherever they live. You see parents and children and people who are working. People take this business very seriously. Now, in terms of what percent of our population, our voting population, votes, is a big question that I can't answer,
no, that's
but it's
okay.
never enough.
Exactly, and more people. There are generally concerns across the world about people participating in democracy, about getting more people involved.
Mhm.
With the rest of the day,
Thank you.
thanks for sharing your knowledge with me. It was really good to talk to you as a board of register, because you told me. I mean, I learned it's a very important thing, and I know you talked about how sometimes if there are disputes among the vote, you are the people who try to sort that out internally.
Right. We have not ever run into a dispute, but if there was one, we would be responsible for solving it.
Thanks once again.